survival was taken care of. I mean, we evolved because we had all of nature to evolve us biologically. We were human beings lived collectively because of their desire for pleasure and fulfillment. And food, but I think that's an old historical way of looking at cultural evolution.
Have you seen much pleasure?
Yes. I do,
Yeah, no, there is pleasure in human communication, but it is all under the stress of survival.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Now you get to the yin-yang of the historical fate of our evolution, is that, yes, you can't blame the pain and pleasure cycle that humanities went through. Okay, then if you bring in new energy that gets rid of that pain-pleasure dialectic, which cold fusion would do, then you're in a new dimension. Then you're in a new situation. Now, software will only imitate that, but with cold fusion, then you are post-human.
Post-human in the old terms of survival.
Yeah,
we
survival and pleasure that brought people together.
And what are we at? What's the next thing beyond that?
With the cold fusion breakthrough, you wouldn't be reliant on pain, pleasure in any neurotic, obsessive way. You could have it at any level you want. Therefore, you're totally in your own world.
So let's talk about the cold fusion breakthrough, which was what? Talk about what cold fusion is.
Okay, Pons and Fleischmann announced on March 23rd, 1989, that they had something, a technology, based on deuterium and palladium, the platinum cells, that created more energy in the output than went in. Okay, so they had heat was created, more than was put in. So all technologies before that were based on the entropy of the heat and the friction decreasing and winding down, and then you had to start it up again.
That's right. That's what
they violated that physical historical archetype with this new breakthrough.
And this is something that was not necessarily always repeated, right? Because they had problems duplicating.
No, they repeated it, and other labs repeated over the next 5 years. And even Matsushita started to fund it and implement it within their labs.
So where is it? Why are we using it?
Now where is it, and how are we going to get it out?
Yeah.
We're inside a communication matrix that would announce this to us if anything happened. But if that matrix is identified with money-making, it will not want that
renewable or non-renewable resources, then it doesn't want to consume itself.
Right. There's an identity crisis there. So the effort to communicate the breakthrough in the media matrix, which is not interested in stopping on any conclusion, like Finnegan's Wake, it doesn't end. The media needs to have new topics every 6 weeks, every 2 days, every 7 minutes. You know what I mean? This endless thing. You cannot come out and announce something and have it stop the world, stop the software world. So when they announced it, they were immediately criticized for the faxes that went out, and scientists misunderstood the facts, and then other people said this is not real, and others said it was. But the hidden ground was that they faxed and operated within the software communication environment, which is not the way to communicate, because it'll get lost.
So they do have this technology. The technology does exist, and it's being suppressed.
It's being not able to be found.
What do you mean, not found?
Well, I think
where are the scientists?
They're in Japan, in Matsushita, is one of the main things. Now, the Japanese Matsushita people, investors, have bought up a lot of palladium and platinum, and they're stocking up for this. Now, what are they going to do, and how are they going to relate to other countries who depend on oil?
Right.
And they are involved in oil. In other words, we're in this sticky mud, the briar patch that it's hard to release ourselves from, because it puts so many people out of work, instantly.
But it puts them out of work, but if we have this technology, they don't need work, because...
That's right.
But they don't quite see it that way, right?
Because we are endlessly discussing it. For example, this show. The endless discussion of whether it's real or not does not bring it forward.